What's up, y'all? Shawn with another video. Man, this video is like one of the craziest stories in my life, man. For real. Like I always wanted to tell this shit, but it's like, yeah, it's just like crazy, bro. It's crazy for real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though. This is the story about how I supposedly had AIDS. Alright, man, this shit was back in DC, man. Back when I was living on Quebec and Wardner, around like Rock Creek off Georgia Avenue in Uptown DC, like Northwest Uptown DC. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying here at this fucking house, right? It was like a 2 bedroom house. I was renting a room in there, and I was renting a room from this fucking black dude, right? The dude seemed cool. Like I met him on Craigslist. You know what I'm saying? Initially seemed cool. He was always kind of like weird, but everybody's weird. You know what I'm saying? In their own way. You know what I'm saying? But I never really thought nothing of it. So I'm living with this dude, me and like two other dudes. Maybe even, yeah, three other dudes. Actually, it was two dudes upstairs from me and one dude downstairs. You know what I'm saying? And the dude we was renting the house from, he didn't even live there. You know what I'm saying? He was really like the landlord. He came by like when shit happened for maintenance, and he came by to pick up the rent, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's me and three other dudes staying there. You know what I'm saying? And I stayed on like the bottom floor, like the ground floor. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So this dude, I was staying with this dude for probably like maybe 8 or 9 months, almost a year. It wasn't quite a year. You know what I'm saying? Everything had been going good. You know what I'm saying? I had been getting money. You know what I'm saying? I was working. You know what I'm saying? I'm always bringing bitches and shit back and through. You know what I'm saying? I was popping at the time. I had a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? But so as we living there, the landlord dude, he come around more often and shit, of course. And now we kind of building a little bit of a rapport. You know what I'm saying? We talk here and there. You know what I'm saying? Dude was cool. You know what I'm saying? But the more I started talking to this dude, he just started seeming weird as fuck. Just like weird. Yeah, like extra weird, like on some gay shit weird. You know what I'm saying? And no offense to gay people again, but it is what it is. Dude just started acting weird. So me and him got to a conversation one day. He was talking to me about, oh yeah, me bringing the bitches over, and yeah, I seem like I'm a ladies man and all the other shit. And that's the type of shit that started like making me feel kind of weird, because it's like, you a man too, why is you even asking me this? You know what I'm saying? Why does this even matter to you? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just telling this part of the story just because it's like hindsight's always clear. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like, yeah, that caused a lot of this. So, okay. Like I said, he started it weird, so I started like kind of distancing myself and I ain't really talk to him as much. I just kept it short every time I seen him. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So later on, I probably like was like month 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? It was like I started having like some financial shit going on. No, it wasn't even that. It was like probably like month 6, 7. I started having some financial shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So I come to him about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I just got fired from my job. I think I just got fired. Some shit had happened. You know what I'm saying? My money was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I come to him about it. I'm like, yo, man, like I might be short on my rent this month, but you can use my deposit to cover this month rent, and I'm sure my money and shit gonna be straight by the end of this month. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up supposedly using that half of the rent. You know what I'm saying? So by literally the end of that same month, he hitting me up about the rent that I owed him, and the next month rent, and it was something else that he had came up with. Like I can't remember the exact details, but he had made it seem like it was like interest on it, and I had to give him the money for that up front, or it was just some confusing type shit about the money. You know what I'm saying? But in other words, it wasn't that I wasn't trying to pay him back. It was just like, oh yeah, I was still in a financial situation, and he was supposed to use the rent. Oh no, I know what it was. He was supposed to use the rent for that, but when that month rolled around, he didn't. He didn't say anything about it. He made it seem like, okay, I need to pay that the month that just passed at the end of the same 30 days. You know what I'm saying? That I told him to pay that. So in other words, I was gonna owe double my rent at the end of that same month. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even think that he used that month's rent to pay it. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Because he just came to me that with a, like, in other words, like a ridiculous amount of money that I couldn't pay at the time at the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, bro, that's not what we talked about. You know what I'm saying? You made it seem like it was cool, and now that it's the end of the month, he acting like it's not cool. You know? It was just like, yeah, he was just trying to play with me when it came to the money situation that I had already explained to him, and we had already came to an agreement on. You know? So that became like a conflict between us. I'm like, bro, that's not what we talked about. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, fuck it, I didn't really have any options at the time. And it made me mad that he even like switched up this agreement like this. So it was just like, fuck it. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do, then evict me. You know what I'm saying? And that was the beginning of everything right there. That argument and that whole uh uh rent and money problem when it came to that just caused everything. Caused that problem right there. You know? So, okay, after then, I just told him, like, fuck it, you can just evict me. It is what it is. I looked at it like, man, this is some shit I'm going through right now. I couldn't make no money fall out the sky in the way he wanted the money right now. And I'm telling you, he did not use it for the past rent. He was, in other words, he was trying to make it seem like I was late for rent, which I was, but we just agreed that you was going to use my deposit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah. So that just caused the drama. All right. So, a few weeks going on. All right, now I'm still doing my thing. I'm bringing motherfuckers over, doing this. Mind you, this dude don't even stay here. You know what I'm saying? So one day I come home and and this is like dead in the middle of the summer. You know what I'm saying? I walk into my apartment one day and my vents in my room had been like clogged with like that fucking caulk stuff that looked like foam. It come in like a little thing, you know, like he foamed up my fucking vents in my room so that my vents wouldn't work. And I mean literally hard foam. Like if you was the one up there and touch it, like I couldn't even scrape the shit off. You know what I'm saying? It was just sealed with foam. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, how did this happen? Just imagine walking into your shit and it looked like your shit looked like fucking white bubbles pouring out your fucking vents, but it's hard to the touch. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like this dude just really came in here and like sealed the vents in my room. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we going within the whole eviction process. A few weeks ago, I just told him to evict me. Now this 2-3 weeks in. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, damn, like this dude really about to play this game, but at the same time, I ain't give a fuck. I was willing to play the game too. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he tried to fuck me over. I was trying to be man up straight up with him. This is my first time ever being late on my rent. First time ever having some shit go on. You know what I'm saying? And I came to him talking to him about it and trying to come to an agreement man to man, and he trying to fuck me over literally a few weeks later. Like we never talked about that. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, fuck it. At this point, we could play the game. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really care. I went and bought myself a fan. I went and like just improvised. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit didn't affect me. I ain't paying you no money. You know what I'm saying? Evict me. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm continuing to live my life. I'm keeping that in my head, but that wasn't even really, it didn't really even affect me. It was crazy. It was like, it happened and it was like, damn, this dude tripping. And I kept going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still coming back and forth here every day. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, walk in again. The next day, not even the next day, probably like the next 2-3 weeks to a month. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2-3 weeks. It wasn't a month because they weren't that far between each other. You know what I'm saying? So a few weeks later, I walk in the apartment and now I walk in the room and the lights are busted out of the bathroom. I mean, literally busted out. It ain't like he like tried to take them out, like busted it out, like glass on the floor type shit. And I'm like, yo, and I know this dude did it. He the only person with a key to my room. The other fucking people in this apartment, I was cool with them. You know what I'm saying? It was a no-brainer who was doing this shit. And it's like, damn, this dude is really taking this shit serious. And that one caught my attention. You know what I'm saying? Because how reckless he did it. Like, he came in there with a hammer, like, boom, boom, and just knocking the shit out and glass falling and shit all over the ground. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, now I'm keeping this dude, like, I'm like keeping this shit on my mind. It's like now I know that me and this dude is into it. I really need to watch out for this dude, so because there ain't really no telling what the fuck he do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but still, I'm like, fuck it. He a fucking. This dude was probably in his like late 50s, mid 50s. You know what I'm saying? Black dude, probably like 5'8". You know what I'm saying? Like no physical threat to me at all. But at the same time, the fact that he was just this petty and doing all of this dumb shit, like you never had to evict somebody, like you never had to do this before, and why am you evicting me, evoking all of this emotion out of you, like female bitch shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be spiteful and be vindictive and doing all of this crazy shit. You get what I'm saying? That we gonna handle some shit like, man, bro, you could have tried to catch me outside. You could have you know where I live. You my landlord. Do something. You know what I'm saying? But he handling this shit like a bitch. So it's like, bro, like it's like, okay, I just need to watch out for this dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, so I'm again continuing to live my life, but now it's like I'm cautious. You know what I'm saying? All right, so all right, so yeah, now we continue to go. Now I'm not even letting this affect me. You know what I'm saying? I would still see him here and there around the place. I wouldn't ignore him. Wouldn't even say nothing. Like I know he was doing this shit, but it was like I just wouldn't even let him see that this shit was affecting me. You know what I'm saying? All right, so now a few more weeks go on. So like I said, me and him had already had a question, our conversation earlier. You remember I was talking about when I was saying that when he had randomly asked me about, oh yeah, I seem like a ladies man, and we was talking to shit, talking to me about me bringing bitches through, and I was on that at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I come home one day, and it's a fucking letter. We had a little a letter, mail wall and shit for, like I said, it was three other people besides me who lived in the house. You know what I'm saying? So we had like a little mail wall that they put all the mail and shit on for everybody and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I walked in, and it was a fucking letter on the wall for me. And hold on, excuse me, I have to go get this shit because this letter is like gotta be a part of this story. Hold on. My bad, I should have been more prepared for this shit. But yeah though. Like so I get this letter on the little mail wall. You know what I'm saying? So when I walk in the house and it's crazy even telling this story right now, me even just glancing at this letter is just giving me chills again, and like my heart racing even thinking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I fucking come home and I see this letter up on the wall. And the letter was from the fucking health department in DC. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why the fuck I got a letter from the health department here? You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, like, nothing ever crossed my mind. It's just like, why would I have a letter from the health department? You know what I'm saying? So, and here's the letter right here, y'all. I gotta show you this. Look at what that letter says. It has the Department of Health seal on it. It got some random lady's name. It got the number on it. It got everything. The address of the Department of Health. Everything. And I'm about to read this letter to y'all. And it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine you come home and receiving a letter like this with your name, everything sent to you from the Department of Health. Mr. George, Dr. Ann S. Pascal, and the Cardoza Health Center are aware of your HIV status and are concerned that you are transmitting infections. Criminal transmission of HIV is the intentional or reckless infection of a person or persons with the human immune deficiency virus, HIV. This is often conflated in laws and in discussion with criminal exposure to HIV, which does not require the transmission of the virus and often, as in the cases of spitting, biting, does not include a realistic means of transmission. Some countries or jurisdictions, including some areas of the U.S., have enacted laws expressly to criminalize HIV transmission or exposure, charging those accused with criminal transmission of HIV. We ask that you contact all of your sexual partners, both men and women, so that they can be tested for HIV and other STDs. If you're engaging in male escort services, please discontinue these activities and make an appointment with this office for follow-up treatment, including psychological counseling. Sincerely, and he put a doctor's name and everything and wrote the address and everything at the bottom. And it looks like a real letter, as you can see. A real letter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm reading this letter and I'm like literally getting like sick to my stomach. I'm like fucking shivering and shit. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about this. Because it's like at this time I never ever never thought nothing of anything. Never thought that this dude or nothing would be connected to this. I'm thinking like, what the fuck? I just read this letter and I have AIDS. And I'm sitting here fucking shivering and shaking, thinking of my life literally like flashing before my eyes. Like, damn, I'm about to be dead soon. Like, there's no cure for AIDS. I'm just thinking about all of this shit. Just all of this shit. And I'm telling you, it never once crossed my mind. Never once crossed my mind. Like, when did I go get tested? When did I do anything? I'm telling you, none of that crossed my mind. And I know people be thinking like, yo, why would you think that? Why would you believe this letter and all this other shit? I knew that I was out here fucking. I was out here doing a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I done had STDs for real. I've done a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I have been tested at the Cardozo Health Center before. You know what I'm saying? But this was years back. But even still, none of that crossed my mind. I was reading this letter thinking that this letter was my fucking death note. You get what I'm saying? Like, thinking it was my death note. I literally sat there in fucking shock. I mean, like, I had never felt like that in my life. I literally felt like I had died already. I was reading this letter thinking that my life was over. Completely over. And it was so crazy to me. Like, what the fuck? Like, damn, like, this is just it for me. It's it. All my dreams, everything I want to do. I don't got no kids yet. I'm thinking about all this shit, man. Just everything. You know? So, I'm sitting here in shock, damn near about to cry. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. Because that really would have just made me feel that much more engulfed in the situation. But honestly, I was so in shock. I didn't cry. I didn't do anything. I was just in shock. In shock. I'm telling you. So, after a few hours, maybe 2-3 hours, and I'm sitting here just thinking about this shit like, damn, what am I going to do? How am I going to tell my family? I'm thinking about all of this shit. I get a call from my mom. Crying her eyes out. Like, Shawn, oh my God, is this true? Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about? Because I'm thinking that there's no way that she even knows this. She's like, Shawn, I just got this letter. And she just read me the exact same letter I just read y'all. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You get what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? So now I'm kind of still thinking it's real, but at the same time, then it started kind of like clicking on me. Like, I think it was this fucking landlord dude doing this shit. Because I thought about it like, damn, me even want to get tested and shit. They would have let me know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what was going on, or would have sent it directly to me. You know what I'm saying? And there isn't too many people who knows my mother's address except for this dude. Because I had to give him like fucking, you know, like addresses in case he couldn't find me or some other shit. I had to give him other addresses, past addresses and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know for sure I had gave him my mother's address. You know what I'm saying? But even still, I was kind of torn because it's like, damn, what if this shit is true? Who the fuck would do all of this? Who the fuck would fucking Type up a fake ass letter. Send it to people. Who would do all of this shit? But at the same time, I'm thinking like, damn, like, it's happening. It's here. So I need to like really like, yo, I was just still in shock.